This is Africa's first and oldest modern republic.
Black Americans who returned to Africa to found the first republic on that continent.
During the European scramble for Africa, it was one of the two African nations to preserve its independence.
Welcome to Liberia,
a country in West Africa bordered by Sierra Leone, Guinea, and Ivory Coast. It is home to 5.3 million people. Its main economic activities are mining and agriculture. And rubber is its top export, followed by diamonds and gold. As I started going around, one thing I noticed is the American influence in Liberia. From their accent to their school bus, flag, police uniforms, and even their constitution.
It's interesting how, actually you pay it in dollars,
A lot of things are even priced in dollars, from supermarkets to restaurants, and even the ATM machines withdraw dollars.
Liberia is America and Africa. Not because of the history between America and Liberia.
Between the 12th to the 16th century, this land was known as the Pepper Coast. The first people to set up a trading post here was the Portuguese, followed by the Dutch, and then the English. Fast forward to the 18th century, the American Colonization Society acquired a strip of land around the present-day Monrovia from the native ruler. This place was chosen by the American Colonization Society as a spot for African Americans along with Afro-Caribbeans to repatriate to, because they believed black people will face better chance for freedom and prosperity in Africa than in the United States. That's where the name Liberia came from, meaning liberty. These group of people became known as Americo-Liberians. Many of them were educated in American culture, and somehow they did not integrate well with the native Liberians because they felt they were culturally and educationally superior. So they developed an elite minority that created and held onto political and social power, while the native Liberians were pretty much sidelined in their own land.
Liberia calls itself a republic. In fact, it is an oligarchy, ruled by a few, but the few that belong to 300 families descended from the original settlers. Families who are at the top and see to it that they stay at the top.
During this period, Liberia's economy was among the most developed and fastest growing in sub-Saharan Africa.
And Liberia has the world's largest shipping fleet registered under its flag.
As the Americo-Liberians will sail along the coast trading African goods, this activity made them very rich. And they poured that money into local shipbuilding, warehouses, agriculture, and even granted the US businessman Harvey Firestone a 99-year lease to establish one of the largest rubber plantations in the world at the time, and made a similar proposal to another US company, Republic Steel, to mine iron. So yeah, there was gold, there was diamond, there was iron, there was rubber, and up to date, Liberia still has the largest rubber plantation in Africa. The Liberian economy was...
But the fact is, most of the wealth that all of those natural blessings Liberia has stays up there among the 40,000 people at the top of the heap.
This was until 1980, when Samuel Doe, a native Liberian, initiated a coup and assassinated President William Tolbert. This coup was shortly followed by another coup led by Charles Taylor, where President Doe was also assassinated. This is what gave birth to one of the bloodiest civil wars in Africa. This civil war lasted 14 years and claimed the lives of 250,000 people, and it caused a brain drain that Liberia never recovered from. But what caused this war? The root causes were nepotism, tribalism, corruption, and incompetence. What started it was the marginalization, the unequal distribution of wealth and power by the Americo-Liberians. But what fueled the war further was the high level of greed, corruption, and incompetence by the regimes that followed. The war ended in 2003, and since then, Liberia has taken a new path toward peace and development. But achieving development has proven challenging due to something I'll describe as remnants of the war. I have traveled to every single country in West Africa. Some of the qualities that I noticed in Liberians, I did not see anywhere else. I'll tell you more about this observation later in this video, but first, let me show you around Monrovia.
Liberia is interesting, huh? So their motorbikes, they created like umbrellas for their motorbikes, and then for petrol, they sell it in the streets.
Taxi bikes are the most popular mode of transportation in Liberia. You can enjoy a comfortable ride in both the hot sun and the rain. Another practice I noticed is the work of the can boys, the young men that sells gas and petrol in jars across Liberia.
You know what we're doing, we don't just want to be wasting. So we desire to buy the petrol, they sell it out here to make a little profit.
This is Loretta, a Liberian YouTuber who will be showing me around the city. But first, we're going to try some local food.
Liberian food is it, you know.
After trying some local food, we headed to the beach to enjoy the Liberian sunset. Energy and lively atmosphere make Liberia's nightlife incredibly vibrant. But what surprised me the most was that this was a daily occurrence. Like, you might assume that this is a weekend or something special is going on, but no, it's just another night in Liberia. This is what I was telling you about, like the observation that I made. Like,
Other places when they party, it's either during the weekend, but here it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, all day, every day, man.
and it's not only at night, even during the day. By 5 p.m., you see like places they're setting up. Every single day, I'm like, what is going on here?
But imagine, this is a Wednesday evening, you know?
This is just a theory, right? The war ended 20 years ago, so it means that everyone that you see above the age of 25 has in some way lived in war. They saw family members die, they saw like real destruction of lives and properties. They saw things that took years to nurture and build gone just like that. So I feel like this made them look at life differently.
Once you have a problem and you continue to work on the problem, your situation get worse every time. So we prefer we enjoy ourselves in our country.
So they have that like, it's not that deep mindset. Be extremely nice and kind and friendly to people. That's how actually a lot of Liberians are.
We in Liberia are very free and open set of people. We love entertainment.
They also have this mindset that since you could work so hard for something and the next day gone, don't bother working so hard. Just have a good time, enjoy your life. And because of that, I also noticed that a lot of the industries and businesses, like things that are making Liberia run, like the business aspect, it is not done by like native Liberians. It is done by foreign nationals. And I feel like all of this is because of that mindset that they have. I mean, it is not a mindset that brings development and prosperity to any nation. I tried so hard to make sense out of this behavior, but I don't know, maybe it's also not the war, because Rwanda, for example, has seen wars and, they've gone past it, they've rebuilt, and, also maybe, people's response to trauma are also different, but, what do you think it is? Let me know in the comments below. And also, if you found value in this video, if you enjoyed it, subscribe to the channel and share it with your friends. I'm back again with a lot of content from all across Africa. So subscribe to the channel and stay tuned. Good.